Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Tetragrammaton. This is turn 14. Let's jump into things. So, we got a couple of little things happening. Nothing really big. We have researched Conjuration 3. We're on our way to Conjuration 4. Conjuration 4 is going to take us a number of turns. But we should be hitting it in short order before turn 20, right, which should be useful for us. We are failing to find anything with our site searchers, so that's unfortunate. Got a proclamation from Yomi, so a new Dione as a prophet. Okay, big deal. We have a battle here in Troll Peak, so let's go ahead and watch this. Alright, so this is, again, our expansion party moving around. This is a fair number of Deer Tribe. Deer Tribe are the Wimp Tribe of the tribes. That's why they're the Deer Tribe. They've got spears and javelins, daggers and short bows, but they hit like little babies. And this is going to be a wholesale slaughter. Like, hands down, no questions asked. Wholesale slaughter. Just, destroyed. Like, my front line didn't even get to make it in. My Masushus just killed everything. Well, we might have picked up a chest wound there. That would be unfortunate. But that's okay. So we lost nothing. Killed 17 with our Masushus. Easy peasy. Next up is we get to witness a battle between Agartha and Femoria. And again, I don't think Agartha is AI. So I think the Agartha player just decided that they'd rather mess around. Fine, cool, whatever. Let's watch. Okay, so this is that big old group of Great Olms that came at us previously, but this is actually a lot of barbarians on the side of Femoria. So let's watch what happens. The Great Olms start blasting, but they actually they focus fire, right? So they're, rather than spreading out their blast and hitting targets like this, right? This is what makes Great Olm scary, right? Is spreading out and hitting multiple targets. And if that had happened, right, he would have this long spaghetti string of barbarians right now, because he'd have some that are still probably just now waking back up from back here. He'd have some about right here that are still frozen, and then he'd have another blast here that are frozen. So there'd only be like maybe 2 or 3 that are not actually paralyzed fighting his Cavern Guard, and that's what you want. But the first 2 volleys, right, were all single target volleys. That is not good, because now there's all these barbarians attacking his Cavern Guard, and they're barbarians. They're gonna cut through these Cavern Guard like it's nothing. We got another single target volley here, right? Oof. Big oof. Okay? Uh-oh. 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 Okay. Better. Still not great. And now the barbarians are into the mix. And this is bad. This is super bad. Because Great Olms, they've got some health, but not enough health to stand up to a barbarian. So they are getting cut down. The only saving grace is that there are a lot of frozen barbarians. And that barbarians, generally speaking, do not have great morale. So the Great Olms end up doing just enough to actually rout this Fomorian army. Pretty rough. So, lost all 9 of his Cavern Guard, lost 8 of his 20 Great Olms, so he only has 12 left. And Femoria, this was province defense, basically. So, I mean, a good amount of province defense, in fairness. but province defense. That is a win for Agartha, but a pretty rough one. Very Pyrrhic. Okay, and then we have some patrolling that has gotten rid of some brigands. Great. Okay, what are we doing this turn? We've got a couple of things that we are doing. Nothing super big. We are moving our NC1 up into Kohnberg with the intention of hitting White Peak. Just to kind of like finish off this section, and then we're going to regroup and kind of figure out what we want to be doing from there. There is still the Wood of Many Paths, which I would love to pick up, but I don't know if I'm going to have the chance. If we hit White Peaks and then we can get over there, then we'll probably do that. Right? So that's happening. We are moving some Enkidu Elders out into Troll Peaks and into Rim Mountains to go ahead and... We'll have to fix that next time. To go ahead and watch it immediately lose it. Immediately lose it. It's possible. We're going to move them out again, trying to make use of the defense organizer. So that should be nice. We are moving our Gudus around to continue site searching, even though we have been woefully unsuccessful as far as that goes. 3 provinces searched so far, no returns. That is pretty bad as far as early age goes. So unfortunate there. We are moving Masanapada out with his new little army against this group of barbarians. Now we know this barbarian group is about 40 barbarians, right? And we are moving out with a group of about 24 units, right? Not a very big group. However, the Musushus should do very good work, and the Urguards and Inky's Chosen should do very good work as well. With buffs, they stand up to barbarians decently. They hit about as hard as barbarians. They have more health than barbarians. They have better skills, better stat lines than barbarians. They're going to have better protection than barbarians, etc. Right? So we should be okay. We should take some losses, and we might even take some losses in our Mushushus if they get bad matchups. But for the most part, we should be okay, right? We should be taking this province without too many losses, which is good because we want Greenwoods back. After we take Greenwoods, right, the plan will be to march back to right? We're recruiting a little bit now this turn. We'll be recruiting another batch next turn, right? And with that, those 2 turns of recruitment, this army, 1, we should replenish any losses that we get. 2, the real hope is to get about 5 Mushushus, and then we're going to head north, right, to try to finish off the Agartha problem. And depending on how things go, right, we also might march NC1's army up there as well. So we'll just have to see on that. Up in the northern section, in the Agartha front, we're not really doing anything. We don't have the money. Our income is pretty low, so we didn't have enough money to really start recruiting things over here because we are building a lab in Kohnberg. So lab in Kohnberg is going to give us the ability to start popping out Galas or Gudus, depending on what we want to do. And that's good because we need to kick our research up. That's the plan. Anything else crazy happening? We are sending out our first Ishib, right? Water 2 mage, and actually a Nature 1. So these guys can random nature, earth, and air, which is decent in some instances. But he can eventually do things like foul vapors for us, right? If we're set up correctly. If we want to go that route. I don't know that we do. We're not really resistant to poison or anything like that, so. But we can be, like, we can get Serpent's Blessing or things like that, so. Those types of scenarios are pretty far away for us at the moment, but it's something that I like to consider every once in a while. But he's going to go out and start searching for water primarily, but the aside is he is still a nature one, so he will be potentially picking up some nature sites for us. Fingers crossed. What else are we doing? We are, with him leaving, we were making 92 research per turn. But with him leaving, we're only doing 80. 80 makes it to where we hit Alteration 4 in 4 turns, right? Which, that is going to be turn 18, and is not too bad. Obviously, our research is going to go up a little bit as we do this, to the point to where I might actually send out 1 or 2 galas with Asanapada's party when he comes back this way. Like, I might send a couple of them forward with him and give them some nature gems for swarm casting, just in case we need it against Agartha, because I don't want to round 2 this whole Agartha situation. So we'll see. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility, because so Masanapada is going to be here. That's 15, 16, 17, 18. So about when Masanapada is about here, we should have Swarm, basically. At which point, then, you know, I would like to be able to cast it. So we'll have to have some mages. That's basically it. Still slow. Still looking very grim for us. We're establishing a decent perimeter of scouts to try to keep eyes on things. Communications have kind of dropped a little bit. There hasn't been a whole lot of diplomacy going on. I think Femoria is very eyes set on battling against Yomi. I think Yomi is unsure of... I think Yomi wants me to fight against Femoria, but is unsure of whether or not I will or not. And I'm unsure of whether or not I will or not. And I think everyone else is kind of busy with their own early wars. We are kind of in a weird situation where we might be given an opportunity to stabilize. But we'll have to see, because we're doing pretty poorly. So, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.